I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Alright, this is Shabai from the GMS Denver, Colorado. And through the Spirit, I'm going to go in on John. Let me see. I'll shoot, my computer just turned off. It's like John 1:1. And it reads, let's see, it reads, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with the Most High, and the Word was power, or the Most High. Alright, so in the beginning was the Word, right? And Yahweh, you got to remember, He spoke everything into existence. Alright, let's get a quick precept in Genesis 1:1. It says, in the beginning the Most High created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the waters. And the Most High said, let there be light, and there was light. And the Most High saw the light, and it was good, and the Most High divided the light from the darkness. All right. So he spoke it into existence. He said, let there be light. All right. So that's why it tells you in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was the Most High, and the Word was power. The same was in the beginning with the Most High. All things were made by Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. So everything you could think of, everything you could see, everything you can't see, it was all made by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, all right? Well, actually, and it goes into Elohim, because when you get, and that's a correction, because when you go into the Genesis in the Hebrew, the word there is Elohim. So the Elohim, which were the angels, the first fruits, and the first spirit created from Yahweh was Yahweh Shai. All right? It says, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. All right, and the reason why it says that is because light represents understanding. All right? So that's why the men in this truth, the men who are pushing this true doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, were the light of the world. All right? Let's get those precepts to support that. All right? Go to Matthew 5. Remember, light represents understanding. Darkness represents without understanding or no understanding. So these people, the majority of these people on the planet Earth, they're without understanding, meaning they're in the darkness. Yahweh speaks about, or the scriptures, it speaks about the people are in gross darkness right now. So we go to Matthew 5:14. It says, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. So it says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Right. So the light represents understanding, and right now the only ones that have understanding, it starts out with the Lord's prophets. Okay. And then the elect of the nation of Israel sees the light, and they follow that light. They hearken to the light. They're drawn to the light, if you will. You see? Let's get this one real quick, because while light represents understanding, let's get this verse right here. Isaiah 60:2. It says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and the gross darkness the people. but Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Right? And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and the kings to thy brightness of thy rising. Right? So the Gentiles these are not talking about the Gentiles of the foreign nations. These are talking about the Gentiles of Israel, the Gentiles of our own people, the Gentiles of the tribes, meaning the strangers who they don't know Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, but that's what the prophet, the Lord sets us up to introduce you, so to speak, we're introducing you to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right? And that's when you're in gross darkness. When you're calling on pagan idols, when you're calling on names that the heathen gave you, you're in gross darkness, okay? If you're calling the Most High God, well, that's gross darkness. He has a name. His name is Yahweh. If you're calling his son Jesus Christ, you're in gross darkness. You haven't been revealed the true name. Well, now we're here to tell you the true names of the Father and the Son are Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right? So we go back to John. It says, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. And if you can't receive those names that I just said, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and you want to still continue to call the Most High God, and you want to call the Son Jesus Christ, like you've been taught in your captivity, in your slavery, then guess what? You're not comprehending the truth. You remain in darkness. And you people who think it's just like no big deal, you're fucking sadly mistaken. And there's a lot of things that you stumble at. Even the way the men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai speak, we're a stumbling block to you. The Lord's name and the Lord's Son's name is a stumbling block to you. And you're gonna remain in darkness. And if you can't see it, if you can't get it, because you're not of the elect. You're not one of the sheep. Right? Because Yahushua said, my sheep hear my voice and they follow me. So you want to follow the voice of the oppressor. You're supposed to come out of her, my people. All right? Spiritually, you're supposed to come out of this place. All right? Verse 6. There was a man sent from the Most High whose name was John. The same came for a witness to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe. Right? So, who did John witness? He witnessed Yahushai, right? But he was the forerunner, in the flesh. During the time of Yahushai, he was the forerunner. But because there's reincarnation, there's regeneration, Yahushai was actually before him. He came before John. Yahushai was the first spirit that Yahweh created. Okay. So, I'll get into that because there's going to be a verse down here that'll prove that as we keep reading. But let's get that, because Yahushai is the light, okay? And he's the understanding. Because of him, that's why we have the understanding, because he was able to break the seals. When you go to Revelation 5, it talks about he's the only one worthy to loosen the seals. And the seals, that's what gave us the understanding, because Yahushua did that in Revelation 5. Let's see. So we go to John 8:12. It says, Then spake Yahushua again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Right. We go down to 32. Let's jump to that one. Well, yeah, I'll read that. It says, And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Right? But let me grab this real quick in Revelation, because this is why we have understanding, because of Yahushua, what he did. Revelation 5. says, I'll start at 3. It says, and no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much, because there was no man was found worthy to open and read the book, neither to look thereon. When the book is the Bible. And one of the elders saith unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders stood a lamb, as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of the Most High sent forth in all the earth. So we go back to this where it says the Lion of the tribe of Judah. That's Yahweh Shai, the root of David. He was, if you looked into Matthew, or let's see, why to go to Revelation. Matthew 1 gives you the genealogy of our Lord Yahweh Shai, and it starts out with, this says the book of the generation, Matthew 1:1, the book of the generation of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the son of David and the son of Abraham. And he was a Judite. He was from the tribe of Judah, which, he was a Jew, right? And it's reincarnation, regeneration. You can read, I'll read 6, because it shows you, and Jesse begat David, the king, King David, and David the king begat Solomon, of her that had been the wife of Urias. And Solomon, so King Solomon was Yahweh Shai in the reincarnation. All right? Whether you're able to receive it or not. You jump all the way down to verse, because it goes through the whole genealogy. And then we'll start at 16, Matthew 1:16. It says, and Jacob begat Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was born Yahweh Shai, who is called the Hamashiach, right? So he had, I'm not going to read the whole genealogy right here, but in Matthew 1, it tells you that Yahweh Shai was from that seed line, that seed line, that Judite seed line, which, like we read, he was the Lion of Judah, root of well, let's go back to it. 5 and root of David. Okay? So let me go back to John. Verse 7, this is talking about John the Baptist. It says, the same came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe, that all men of Israel. All right? He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light. Talking about John the Baptist. He wasn't the light, but he was there to bear witness and testify. Right? That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world of the elect, the elect of the nation of Israel, the chosen. Because we understand that not all of Israel is of Israel, like it tells you in Romans 9. But right here in John 1:9, it says, that was the light which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. And let me prove that to you in Romans 9. It tells you that not every man of Israel is, and not all of Israel is Israel, because you have a lot of the 2/3. They deny they deny the truth. All right. It says, I'll start at 5, Romans 9:5. Whose are the fathers, and this is talking about all the Israelites, right? Because I'll start at 4. These are the brethren. This is the world that's talking about. Who are Israelites, 9 and 4, Romans, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of the Most High and the promises. So all of that belongs to Israel, the tribes. Whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Hamashiach came, who is over all the Most High, blessed forever. Amen. Not as though the word of the Most High hath taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel. Okay? So that's the point. So when it talks about the world in John 1, it's talking about the elect, because we know that not all of Israel is of Israel. Because again, the 2/3, they deny the truth. They are going to be Israel in the kingdom, but right now in the flesh, 2/3 of our people have to suffer death or nuclear fire, or they could die by famine, by the sword, all of the above. But anyway, verse 10, he was in the world, and the world was made by him, and not the world knew him not. Right? And it says the world was made by him because Yahushua, like I said earlier, he was the first spirit that Yahweh created. And after that, Yahweh gave Yahushua the elect, the prophets, the ones who were the Elohim, who helped create the world during the time of the creation. In Genesis, that word God, it would say Elohim in the original Hebrew text, and Elohim is dealing with the angels who are the elect. It says, and the world knew him not, right? Just like they don't know us. Because why? We're not of the world, like as it is written. It says, we are not of this world. This is why majority of people can't receive the truth, and you can't receive Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai because you don't know him, right? Verse 11, he came unto his own, and his own received him not, right? Yahushai, he would tell you constantly in the scriptures, in the New Testament, it tells you that he was denied in his own country, he was denied in his own family, so on and so forth, okay? And just like us, we're denied in our country. Majority of the people here in Babylon, America, they don't believe we're the prophets, and even our family, they don't believe that we're the servants of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. They don't even consider us, prophets. Verse 12. But as many as received him, to them he gave power to become the sons of the Most High, even to them that believe on his name. Right? So why are these people all saying, he has many names, you can call him anything? Because they're idiots. They don't know the truth. It says you have to believe on his name. The Father, Yahweh, the Son, Yahushua. You have to believe on those names. You have to stand stiffly for those names, like it tells you in Esdras. Right? In 2nd Esdras, in the Apocrypha. Verse 13, which were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of the Most High. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, talking about Yahushua. And we beheld his glory, and the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. Right, so who was the only begotten? The only begotten of the Father was Yahushua. Verse 15, John bare witness of him, and cried, saying, this was he of whom I spake. He that cometh after me is preferred before me, for he was before me. And that was the point I was going to make earlier. Yahushua was before John, because Yahushua was the first spirit that Yahweh created. All right, that's why John said that, for he was before me. Because we know that John the Baptist, during that generation, he came before Yahushua. But when you take it back to the beginning, Yahushua came before John. All right, and you see why this truth is so hard for these 2/3. Forget about the heathen; they'll never receive this truth and this knowledge. But the elect can receive these teachings. But this is a stumbling. Almost everything. There's so many stumbling blocks for the 2/3 in the scriptures, because they can't make sense of what I just said. They can't make sense that Yahushua was the first spirit, and then why did John come before Yahushua during that generation, right? But I just explained it. Verse 16, and of his fullness have we all received, and grace for grace. For the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came by Yahushua HaMashiach. Right, because the law, and we've been going into this. We're saved by, the reason why we're the elect have salvation, or we're going to be saved, is because of our faith in Yahushua. It's not because of the law. Because Moses was given the law, but, there's had to be grace because we cannot keep, it's impossible for us to keep the laws, to perfection. And the scripture speaks about if you break in one law, you break them all, right? So this is why we needed Yahushai. This is why, not only for the understanding, but also for the grace that comes with Yahushai. Okay? Grace means you have this time. It's a time of, it's great. Well, let's get it. Let me actually look that up. I'm going to look it up in the blue letter. Let's see. But yeah, we need Yahushai. I mean, these people who talk about you don't have to worship Yahushai, you don't have to believe in Yahushai, or they just skip him altogether. Then who's gonna be your mediator? He's like in other words, he's like our attorney. You go to court, you go see the judge, which the ultimate judge is Yahweh. Well, guess what? Yahushai is the elect. He's like our attorney. He's our abogado. Lawyer in Spanish is what I just said. But that's what I'm saying. We need Yahushai. We can't even go to Yahweh unless we go through Yahushai first. You see? But let's see here. Where am I? John. I'm trying to grab this exact. John 1:17. Let me grab that word grace. Oh shoot, let me see. I skipped it. Hold up. So this is it. Charis. Let me, I'm going to play it for you.
Strong's G.
Here we go.
Strong's G 5485.
Charis. That's grace. Okay, now let's see what it says. It says grace, favor, thanks. All right. Here's more. Let me get you the outline of biblical usage for grace. And it says a benefit, a bounty, that which affords joy, pleasure, delight, sweetness, charm, loveliness, grace of speech, goodwill, loving kindness, favor. The merciful kindness by which the Most High, exerting his holy influence upon souls, turns them to Hamashiach, keeps, strengthens, increases them in Christian faith, knowledge, affection, and kindles them to the exercise of the Christian virtues. What is due to grace? The spiritual condition of one governed by the power of divine grace, a token or proof of grace, benefit, a gift of grace. You see? Recompense, reward. Right, so the law, hey, we'd all be dead if we had to rely on being saved by the law. Now, yes, don't get it twisted. You do got to keep the laws to the best of your ability, but it's the faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It gives us that grace. It says, but grace and truth came by Yahushua HaMashiach. No man hath seen the Most High at any time. The only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, he hath declared him. Right, because Moses didn't even see him. Remember when he passed by Moses, he told Moses that Moses would only see his backside. Right? So Moses only saw the backside of Yahweh. He didn't get to see him in his full glory. Because it says in the scriptures that, no man can see me and live. That's how powerful the Most High Yahweh is. Just being in the presence and looking at him. If you were to look Yahweh face to face, that would kill you. Literally. Okay? So that's why we need Yahushai, man. He's the mediator. Verse 19. And this is the record. Salaki, let me go back to this. All right, let me see. Okay. And this is the record of John when the Jews sent priests and Levites from Jerusalem to ask him, "Who art thou?" he confessed and denied not, but confessed, "I am not the Hamashiach." And when they asked him, "What then? Art thou Elias?" And remember, they're asking him these questions because they understand regeneration. Because why would you ask a man if he's another man, right? So they asked him, they were like, "Hey, are you Elijah?" That's what Elias is, the Greek way of saying Elijah. And he saith, "I am not. Art thou that prophet?" And he answered, "No." They're asking him because they understood that there was going to be a coming, they understood that there was going to be, they were waiting for Lord Yahushai to come on the scene. That's why they were curious, and they were like, "Are you Elijah the prophet? Are you the Messiah? Are you the Savior?" That's basically what they were asking him. And he said, "No, I'm not." Because why does he say no, he's not? Because there's reincarnation, regeneration in the scriptures. But the thing is there's no remembrance, okay? We don't have remembrance of our past lives. Let me find that real quick. Let me see. Let me get that real quick. There's no remembrance of the former things is what the scriptures tells us. All right? Let's see if I can just get it. There is no remembrance of the former things. No, that ain't.
According to Wikipedia,
that's not what
Prince
I wanted.
Rogers
That's
Nelson
not what
was an American
I
singer.
wasn't asking about no damn Prince. There is no remembrance of the former things. And I know it's in Ecclesiastes.
There is no remembrance of former things is a phrase from the Bible. Yeah. Ecclesiastes 1 verse 11.
This thing's annoying.
The verse means that people don't remember what happened.
Okay, she don't know what she's talking about. All right, Ecclesiastes 1 and 11. It said, well, I'll read 10 first. It says, well, I actually read 9. The thing that has been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun, including people. All right? Verse 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. Okay? So you're not going to remember your past life. You may get a glimpse of it in like your deja vu, but you're not going to remember, your who you were, your entire life. You're not going to remember the majority of your past life. The Lord might give you a little dream or a vision or like a real quick glimpse, that when people get that deja vu, they call it. But that's why when they asked him, because he was indeed Elijah, and I'm not gonna, that's another lesson, all right, to prove that he's Elijah. I'm not gonna do that right now, but he was Elijah, but he didn't remember because we just read it. There's no remembrance, all right? And then we'll go back to the scriptures in John 1. Let me see where I'm at. Let's see. And they asked him, verse 21, John 1 and 21, and they asked him, what then? Art thou Elias or Elijah? And he saith, I am not. Art thou that prophet? And he answered, no. Then said they unto him, who art thou, that we may give an answer to them that sent us? What sayest thou of thyself? See, so they're just doing the work of the left, because you got to understand, these people were not in the right spirit. They're trying to do the work for the scribes and the Pharisees, which there were some good Pharisees, as our elders have taught us, but they're over here just trying to investigate on who John the Baptist was, because they were making sure if he was Yahushai, they would have probably killed him like on the spot, or took him into prison, because they wanted an occasion to Esau, because those are the Romans, right? Esau always wanted an occasion to destroy Yahushai. right? Verse 23. Where am I at? He said, I am the voice of one crying in the wilderness, make straight the way of Yahweh, as said the prophet Isaiah, which that's Isaiah, all right? And the one crying in the wilderness, basically like in the wild, right? In this place, Rome was considered a wilderness, and same thing with right now Babylon, which is an extension of Rome, is like being in the wilderness, because it's considered the wild, because there's no one keeping the laws. There's no order here. I mean, there is order, but it's according to the left-hand side in the wicked society, right? But the Lord's laws are, when we keep the laws in the kingdom, it's not going to be considered a wilderness, and we're not going to need to cry in the wilderness, all right? Like John did. So, that's the point there. Verse 24, and they which were sent were of the Pharisees. And they asked him and said unto him, why baptizest thou then, if thou be not the Hamashiach, nor Elias, neither that prophet? And John answered to them, saying, I baptize with water, but there standeth one among you whom ye know not. Right. Because remember, Yahushua was going to baptize us with that fire, right? Which that fire is this true understanding, this knowledge. And then it's going to be eventually the 2/3. They're going to be baptized in that nuclear fire, because they're not going to believe. They don't believe the truth. Verse 27. He it is who coming after me is preferred before me, whose shoes latchet I am not worthy to unloose. These things were done in Betharba beyond Jordan, where John was baptizing. Okay. Let me see if I should keep reading. You know what? I'm going to stop there, because, that was a good lesson. But let me see, where am I at? 28. It says, these things were done in Bethabara beyond Jordan, where John was baptizing. Right? Because John was baptizing with the water. Yahushua baptized with that fire. Right? And the thing is John, he was the forerunner in this generation during the time of Rome. And, it's another lesson, but just to edify, John was Abba Bivens, who he was also the forerunner. And really, you can go into Malachi, the 4th chapter, where it talks about Elijah was going to come back before the Lord, and prepare the way. And that's what John, that's why through the Spirit we know John was, I should say, we know Elder Abba Bivens was John the Baptist in the regeneration, because he did the same thing. He was preparing the way for Yahushua. All right. But again, there's no remembrance of the former things. You don't remember your past life. All right. So, the light, it represents understanding. So the light of the world are the men on the street corners teaching the truth according to knowledge and understanding. All right. Let's get this and close out on this verse. Jeremiah 3:15. It says, I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. All right. And that's the light. The people who reject the Lord's servants, the prophets, who reject the prophets of this generation, you're rejecting light. You're rejecting understanding. All right? And you're going to remain in gross darkness. And because you do that, you're going to get caught up in a nuclear destruction. All right? That's what it is. So with that, I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Qudash, double honors. Goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam, all the light. I want to acknowledge the light out there who are you servants of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, who are prophesying, in sincerity, prophesying the truth with according to understanding and knowledge in these last days. So shalom to the elect, and may you endure to the end, brothers. Shalom.